Hi everyone, it's Iris here. Good afternoon. So here it is 1:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, so apparently it's good afternoon. Anyway, I have had a little bit too much coffee, so I'm a little bit shaky. Anyway, so today in this video, I want to talk about the whole child approach. So some of you might have heard of it. It's the whole child approach. It is pretty recent. It is a pretty new approach. But then again, it is like when you hear me talk, it is not really new. So the whole child approach is actually a child needs to be healthy, needs to feel safe. When I say safe, it's both emotionally and physically safe. And then when a child is engaged in the lesson, engaged in school, engaged in their studies, and when a child is supported by their teacher, supported by their family, and when a child is challenged as in not too easy, not too difficult for the child, the lessons. All right, so a couple of things, right? And then here I like to focus on safety, emotional safety and physical safety, right? And then so there will be other videos when I talk about other parts of the whole child approach, right? So safety. Thanks to Jenny. Jenny actually requested me to talk about emotional and physical safety of a child. When I said, okay, let's start with physical safety, which is pretty obvious to see. How many of you at school, when you were as a child, got punished, like physically, you got caned on your hands or on your legs, or when we just talk and then the teacher make us stand on the chair with our hands up or kneel in front of the classrooms. I have passed all of that, and I didn't go to international school. I went to just government school. So so I went to government school in TTC on Pier Road. So TTC is supposed to be one of the best schools, right? But still, in my lifetime I had to experience that, and I guess most of you have experienced that as well. So like I am not blaming on the teachers for doing so, because that's the only way they know how to discipline children. Yeah, that's one thing. And then another thing is when you are dealing with 60 kids screaming, not listening to you, checking in their bags or whatever, talking or eating, fear is the only way to control, right? To control the children, to control the school. And then it's easy for me to say because in my class I only have 16 kids, not 60. I have 16. So of course I can talk to them nicely, and then I can control the I can do the classroom management effectively. I don't need to use a cane. I don't need to get them to be afraid of me to control the class. So well, actually it is this like dilemma. I know that I want that kind of those kind of punishments to disappear, and then again it is not really in the teacher's control. When you are controlling, when you have 60 something children in your class, using the cane is the only way to make them stop talking. So yeah, I'm actually in a dilemma of, I am against beating children, because that just not only for the physical scars, that would leave mental scars. Then later on the children they don't feel safe to go to school anymore, and then they feel bullied by the teacher. And so schools are supposed to be a safe place physically and mentally, right, for children. All right, so now talking about the mental health, mental safety. When a child don't feel safe mentally, again they shut down. When they shut down, there is no learning happening. Again, mental health essence. So that's one thing, a post that I shared a few days ago. Your child's mental health is more important than the grades, right? So I want to share my personal story with you. I am very blessed with my parents. I'm an only child. And then I've never been, like top of my class, always get number one position. My mom is a little bit pushy, my mom is a little bit someone like, oh no, you need to get, 1, 2, 3, whatever. But my dad, never, he never did. He was, so for example, right, my mom would wake me up like 5 in the morning to study. And then my dad would go, no, let her sleep, it's fine. Let her sleep even during the exam. So I have this balance. I have actually both of them have always been very supportive, but then my dad is more easygoing when it comes to studying, and he never really put me on a guilt trip for not being a doctor or for not getting top grades in class. Never did. And then the thing that he always said to me growing up is that as long as you are above average, that's what he always said. So thanks, Papa. Yes, from here, for creating this safe space mentally for me growing up. And then so for physical safety, I am against, to wrap it up, for physical safety, I am against talking beating up children and control them by fear. But then again, I understand from the teacher's point of view, there's no other way to control 16 screaming children, right? So so that is beyond, that is our government and Institute of the Ministry of Education. They need to reduce their class sizes. So that is sort of beyond. We can't really do much about it. And so that's physical safety. And then emotional safety, please do not put guilt trips, and then do not make your child feel insecure or inferior or just not good enough. When you do that, the child will, again, not good enough thing, the child will develop this I am not good enough. I'm not good enough for my parents. I am not good enough for my school. I'm not good enough for my I'm not good enough compared to my friends. Another thing is comparing, right? Please don't do that. Please don't compare your child in a negative way. You can compare in a way look, he's doing very well. What do you think? It's cool, right? That kind of thing. Not oh, look, your cousin is amazing. Your cousin became a doctor. Why can't you become a doctor? Oh, that is so negative. And then that is something most of us grew up with. So if you're a parent, if you are an auntie, if you're an aunt, if you're an uncle, auntie, if you are an educator, please don't ever compare. You can do it in a positive way. I just said, positive reinforcement. Look at them, they are doing so well. So in that kind of way, not that why aren't you? Why don't you? Not in a blaming sort of way. All right, so there will be more videos coming. I'm gonna wrap it up there. So there are 5 parts of the whole child approach, right? When a child is healthy, safe, engaged, supported, and challenged. So right now I talked about safety, so emotional safety and physical safety. All right, thank you very much, everyone, and please love, share, comment, tag if you find this video useful. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next videos.